Hola mis serenitas, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Chiquita Serenita, and today we're going to do a review of the Beauty Bay Reckless Romance palette. So when they released this palette, y'all, I went so quick to like order it because I wanted it so badly. I collect their, it's become like a collecting thing. I got the one from their first year that they released it, which was that, what was that one called? New Romantic. Their New Romantic palette. I had it, but I just recently sold it on eBay to someone from Puerto Rico. She ordered it. So, yeah. And then, you know what? If you guys end up liking this palette like I did today, you're going to have to order it because they're really limited edition. Beauty Bay releases their stuff and they only until they basically either sell out or they stay on there for a limited time. And then once they take it away, they're not doing any drops. I've had a lot of people complain about they never snagged their certain like palettes that they came up with, you know. Last year's, I think, I can't even remember, the year after New Romantic, there was another one. I have that one too. And then there was the one from last year. And I can't remember what the heck the one from last year, but I have that one too. And then this is the one from this year, which I was totally here for it because the colors in here are more of like anti-Valentine, anti-Cupid type of stuff. And you know, I'm so used to the other stuff that they come out every year. They come out with like pinks and stuff, which I'm here for, honestly. But I go both ways. I go very much the romantic pink, bright pink, stuff like that. And then I like the other side, the more edgy side of Valentine's Day, which is the anti-Cupid side. That's what I call it. I love both parts of Valentine's Day. So this is how it comes. It's really cute. This is like raised little bubbles. They make it look like it's some kind of metal, something like that. But it is raised. It's like textured. You can feel it. And in the back, it just says Reckless Romance. Embrace your dark feminine energy with this Reckless Romance palette, starring 20 edgy matte and shimmer shades that create countless sultry looks. This palette is perfect for everyday kind of date night or day. Ranging from sparkly metallics and grungy grays to pops of berry, this is an affair worth getting into. Now, I'm here for berries. I love berry tones. Y'all, mauve, berry tones, anything like that, I'm here for it. Now, this is the look I created today. I didn't use any of my rhinestones, and that's only because I didn't have enough time today. By the time I was finishing up the book for my TikTok, it was already ready. It was time to go pick up my kids, and I just didn't have the time. So this is the look. I am going to put it on my TikTok, on a little short on YouTube and everything like that. You guys know if you follow me, then you'll be able to see how I create the look. So when you take it out of the packaging, this is how it comes. It's the same little design. In the back, it doesn't have anything. It's just like this on the bottom, which is cruelty-free and vegan, 12 months. That's basically what it says, and it has a little logo of the Beauty Bay. When you open it up, it does have a really nice size mirror. I think pretty much all of their mid-size palettes like this one all have mirrors. And then it just says Reckless Romance right here. It is covered by this film, like a plastic film, but I could still see my entire face in this mirror. And then these are the tones in here. Like I said, very much, you know, they have the little grungy grays in there. They have like this metallic silver. I really love these two tones. I use those today. This one is more of like this mauve purple type of shimmer. And this is like a pinky, light, icy type of shimmer. I loved them all. I really, really love that they added that freaking black. It just makes so much sense in this palette. I really love these berry tones. I would have wanted this to be a different color. And I really would have loved if they would have added another brown besides that. Like a darker espresso brown. I just feel like it would have made it more better. I like the grays. But I was wishing they would have gave us more variety. Because they're just literally this gray. That's like not that far off from this one right here. They look very similar. Maybe one or two shade tones. I really would have wanted for them to add more of a variety. I really love this damn... This freaking silver is awesome. I love it in here. It's just, I don't get this one. It's a shimmer. It's like a gray and it has all these pink tones, glitters in there. I don't know. I just don't see a way of me using it. I really don't like that shade. It is a pink. I don't know. I'd have to like swatch. I noticed that some of the shimmers in here are not quite opaque. They're more like toppers, like shimmery toppers. That was my experience today, because when I was deciding on what to use down here, because I did use a different color down here. Down here, I ended up using this color Rockstar. So right here, you'll see Rockstar all throughout it. And I swatched, I think, both this one and that one. And I just ended up liking Rockstar a little bit more, because I felt like it was more it stood out more. Versus the other one just looked like a shimmery topper. Now, as far as if you have not tried Beauty Bay's, you know, quality, they have really, really good quality. I would put it up right up there with Glamlight if you tried Glamlight. The shimmers, so freaking pretty. The mattes, I think the only shade that gave me trouble with, out of all the colors that I used today, not the whole palette, obviously, but out of all the colors that I used today, the black gave me a little trouble. I noticed it was like tiny bit of patchiness, so I had to take my time blending it out. After that, I don't see really a problem. I think of it as more of one of those type of shades that you just need to give it more love, more attention, more patience with it, if you will. And that's pretty much it. I don't find that it's a bad shade. It just probably needs more time. And if you're in a rush, then definitely don't use that shade, because it is going to take you a while to blend it out, okay? So I'm going to start with the swatches. I'm going to start right here in the corner. I'm going to go clear across each of the rows until we get to the end of this palette, okay? So the first one is called Number One, and it is just a matte, a peach matte, basically. It's just a light, super light peach. I would never wear this in 1,000 years, okay? You guys should know, if you've already been watching me for a while, I just do not like these really light shades. They just don't do anything for me. I understand there's a lot of people, there's even including people who are darker than me, and they just love to do a cut crease and add those matte tones, those really light, you know, cream colors. And I don't know, it's just, everybody has their preferences, and that just does not call my attention at all. None of them do. None of those light colors. So next we have Rebel. Rebel's such a pretty shade. It just reminds me of this berry pink matte. And it's so pigmented. Like I said, if you guys haven't tried Beauty Bay, I really recommend that you try them. They are in the United Kingdom, so you guys will notice that it's going to take a little bit longer to get here if you live in the States like I do. Personally, for me, it takes up to, I want to say like 2.5 weeks to get to me. So it could still be launch day, and I see other people get it faster than me. And then the fact that it stays in customs for like almost the first week until it's cleared from customs, and then it comes over here. But still, just be expecting that, and you will be paying a little something for the shipping, okay? Because they don't offer free shipping unless it's over a certain amount. Like, I want to say 75. If you get over 75, they will ship it for free, but half the time I'm still paying like $6.99 for shipping and stuff like that. So the third one here is called VIP, and this one is just this bronze gold. It's very pretty, you guys, but I feel like this is more of a Super Shock shadow from ColourPop. It just does not stand out a whole lot. It's more of like a topper, not so much a solid shade. Next we have Fling, and Fling is just this mauve tone matte. It's just like a mauve berry. Oh my god, that's so freaking pretty. It feels like a soft matte. It doesn't feel like the other mattes that I've done swatches for. Now we're going for that brown love song. This is such a pretty brown too. See, I'm not hating that brown. I just would have preferred that they added a darker brown than that. It's still dark enough. So definitely, yeah, you still use it in a look. But it would have been so much. I see like a darker brown apart from that brown. they could have got rid of that lightest gray and they still would have be able to fit. Or I don't know, one of the toppers. They have like at least 2 or 3 toppers in here. They're not really solid. They look a lot like this one right here, where you can barely tell it's there. In the next row, we have Soulmate. And Soulmate is another, this one is like another mauve tone, berry tone. You guys like that one? This one's just lighter. See, you could have totally kept Fling and gotten rid of this one, Soulmate. There's just no need. You don't need like 2 of the same color, maybe with 1 tone difference. That to me, it doesn't make any sense. I see one has more of a lavender gray thing going on, and the other one is more of a berry tone pink. But still, like, come on. Like, now we have Girlfriend. This is the one that I used as my inner corner highlight. This is such a beautiful shade. When I tell you guys, it's just like this iced out pink silver thing going on. And it is a very much like a Super Shock shadow. It's not super solid, but when you put it on your eye, it stands out so beautifully. Next we have Affair. Affair is the one that I used on my outer and inner right here when I was creating my my halo eye look. I will tell you guys, this thing is crazy pigmented, but the fallout is ridiculous. I was literally just tapping it with my brush and the kick up was real. But does it come to show? It didn't come to play. It did not come to play. I had no problems with that shade. I just like, wow. I just looked at it and I said, wow, that's pigmented. After Party. This reminds me of like this holographic pink for some reason. It's got the, I don't know if it's a duochrome or a metallic. It's probably like a metallic berry pink. Definitely such a pretty shade. And it's smooth like butter. That is a pretty shade. And then you got Front Row. This is the one that I said I used for my inner, like my transition shade, I mean. And I used that honestly because I was like, oh my god, look at that. Just look at that. That's just one swatch. You don't really need another. And I didn't have any patchiness, even though it looks like it's kind of patchy on here. I didn't have that problem at all. In the next row, we have Encore. This is by far my favorite shade in the entire palette, right? Just between this one and Girlfriend, those are like my favorite. Probably the whole reason why I bought this palette, just for this one shade. I'm not joking. It's just, it was so freaking pretty. I looked at it and I was like, oh my god, this is like mauve, silver, gray taupe thing going on. And it went smooth on like butter too. And that is the one that you guys see right here in the middle. Like, just tell me it does not stand out. And I've had this makeup on for what? Since 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, like 7 hours already. Now we have Tag 2, which is a dark gray matte. I mean, it looks darker in the pan than when right now when I'm swatching it. It just looks like this. Oh my god. I feel like you're going to have to put this on to be able to get it to be super pigmented. And then it looks, see how it looks super light? It doesn't look as pigmented on the arm. I don't know how that's going to work on the eye. Like, I didn't use that one today. But as far as looking at it right now, I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh my god, it looks more pigmented in the pan. It looks darker versus the swatch, right? Or am I going crazy? I'm probably tripping. But it just looks, even on my finger, look. It just looks more darker than this freaking swatch. And it comes out looking kind of patchy looking. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't lose it. I didn't use that shade today. Mini dress is this. Oh my god. It's a metallic silver shimmer. Jesus. You know what? I'm here for it though, because I love silvers. Everybody's different, but I honestly, I love when I see a silver in a palette. I might not never use it, but for some reason, it just draws me in. It's like, look at me. Look at how nice that is. I haven't used the silver since Cone Stove Fox palette. I think it was the last time I wore a silver. And I really, really love silvers. Actually, silvers look really nice when I put them like right here. The last time when I did that look, I got so many compliments on that look because it just pops on my skin tone. The silver does. And it's so freaking nice. Now you have Backstage, and it's just this light gray matte. I'm still stuck on the silver, you guys, when we were talking about it. Look how light that is. That's too light. I don't know who's wearing this color. I know sure as heck it's not going to be anybody lighter than me. I had a subscriber one time saying, I'm not even wearing... She's like, I'm not even wearing that shade. And I'm light as heck. She goes, I'm not wearing that shade. It won't even look good on me. She said, I'm going to look like death. I don't know what's up with these makeup companies making these shades that... You could have took that one out. You could have took Backstage out and added a dark matte brown. I don't even know what to say. I guess if you own all the palettes, it doesn't really make a difference. I feel like the first one had so much reds. Too much red. Not enough variety. They just had a whole lot of reddish tones, berry tones in it. It did not draw. The second one was pretty. It had purples, pinks, and some berry tones thrown in. The third one made absolutely no sense, okay? The third one had greens, and it looked more like a Halloween clown palette. It didn't look like them for... I could probably pop it out somewhere. Like, you guys will probably see it in my collections, but that shit don't make no sense. That palette doesn't make any sense. The next one is Fishnets. This is the one that I told you guys. It's like a black shimmer, and it has these little pink shimmer, like pink glitters, I think it is. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. It is a shimmer, so you guys can see. Now, I'm going to start swatching over here just to finish it up. The next one is called Paparazzi in the last row. This one is just like a maroon brown. It's patchy. And it does feel a little bit on the dry end, like a dryness to it. But I'm like, as I'm putting it on here, I feel like it's like going away to nothing. So it's not applying really good, but that's it right there. And then you have Muse, which is that pink shimmer. I don't know. I just don't like this shade. I feel like I would never use it at all. And it reminds me of a lot of the tones from the New Romantic. You guys just Google New Romantic and you guys can see what it looked like. And you guys will see there's a lot. There was so much going on in that palette. I wanted to love it and I kept it in my collection. But this year, I just said I really need to go through stuff. And I really need to get rid of stuff already that I'm not going to use. Because if not, it's just taking up space and I feel bad. So now I'm doing... For some reason, I don't even know if I showed you guys Muse, but I started doing last night. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a hot mess right now. But the second one is Muse, and the third one is what is it? Last Night. This one's patchy. It's really, really light. I applied it like 4 times, and I'm telling you, that's as good as it's gonna get. That's as good as it's gonna get right there for Last Night. And Muse isn't a bad shade. Look at it. It's really solid. But I just don't like that color. That pink berry color. I feel like I would never be able to find an outfit or an occasion to even wear that type of pink. And that's just me. You know, one of you guys might be totally for it. And I don't want to... I don't want you guys to take it the wrong way. Okay? Just don't listen to me. I'm just tripping. Now we have Rockstar, which is that one that I said I used down here. It's such a pretty purple. It's like a berry tone purple metallic shade thing going on right there. And just, oh my god, look at it. I fell in love with that shade, I swear. I was adding it on here. At first I wasn't like too sure about it, but as I started applying it down here, I was like, whoa. That is so freaking pretty on the eye. It really stands out. Now, last we have leather, which is that black matte. And that one does feel a little bit dry, grainy. Like I said, I experienced patchiness with it when it was applying. It is pigmented. It did not come to play. So I would say, you know, use a very light hand. Tap, tap, tap. And just take your time with it. Because honestly, after it blended out, it didn't give me any problems. But it was one of those shades that you have to like literally take your time with it. Because this ain't it, girlfriend. This ain't and really, really go lightly. I'm not joking because you know black how black is. I've said it time and time again on my channel. Black could either go so good or you'll be looking like Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean. Black doesn't come to play, girlfriend. So this is all the shades in this palette. Hopefully I was able to help you guys out to decide whether you guys want it for yourself or your collection or whatever. I feel like it's worth it though. It's definitely worth it. And like I said, these are limited edition. If you're going to get it, snag it up. Don't play around. I believe it was like 22, 20. Yeah, it's like 22. I think when they first started with these, they were like 16, 17, 18 bucks, something like that. That's what I remember paying. The New Romantic, I remember paying like 18 bucks. I might be tripping because I said it and forget it, but that's what I remember paying. For this one, I believe it was like 22 because they have gone up. And then you're going to pay like another, it depends on where you live, but I'm in California, so it was like $6.99. And I bought this palette and then like 2 hair masks for my daughter. But yeah, and then like I said, I bought them all. It's just, I just recently got rid of the New Romantic, but I still have the 2nd year and the 3rd year from last year. And then this one, because I really love their palettes. Every time they come up with something like this, I don't like the big palettes that they have. They have these big, huge palettes. And then they have these little tiny ones that are like this big. I wait for these ones, for the 21. The 20 ones, those are the ones that I look out for. So when they come up with something, I think the last one before this one, was it the Dark Fantasy, you guys? I can't remember. It was either Dark Fantasy or the Wilderness. Because I know I did a review on the Wilderness and the Dark Fantasy. I never did one of the other one. There was this, what was it? Magic? Something Magic. There was this really popular one that was called something Magic. I just can't remember if it was Black Magic or something like that. Or Blue Magic. Yeah, I can't remember to save my life. But that one sold out eventually. It didn't sell out right away, of course. None of their palettes ever really sell out like that. But they did eventually stop selling it. And then people are continuing to ask them for that. To ask them, bring it back, you know. I bought their Opulent palette. That's a very gorgeous teal, dark black, stuff like that. Mixed in there with some, it was like New Year's type of thing, I think it was. That's when they released it. It was their Christmas type of collection. I bought that one. They said that one was like for people who missed out on the Magic one. And people were still complaining, bring the Magic one back. I own both. I have not used them once. If I wanted to sell them, they would sell for like new. But I'm not going to get rid of them. I should just do a little TikTok video for you guys. Like, look at my palette. So it's really pretty palette. I'm not kidding. And their quality is really good. It's right up there with Glamlight, you know. Between Glamlight and Beauty Creations, I want to say. Somewhere between them, that's where Beauty Bay falls in place. They are in United Kingdom, so just keep that in mind. If you buy them from them, it's going to take a little while to get to you, depending on where you are, okay? So I'm going to let you guys go. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You can be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And until next time, stay warm, stay blessed, and stay magical. Bye, you guys.